Hey Shugs, this is your 3-minute TikTok warning. It's a reading for Amy Spain. So, if you're not Amy Spain, keep scrolling. So, Amy booked a 3-minute TikTok reading on my website, and she just wants a general read. So, I'm not gonna stop the video because I don't feel like messing with it. But, alright, Amy. So, first things first, everything from the minute I start working is to be given away. And that includes how the cards shuffle. It very much feels like you're open to change at the moment. I know that seems like typical information, but the way they ruffle shuffle and not, there's no real hesitancy. That, to me, that's always my sign, symbol, whatever you want to call it. That you're ready to, kind of like bust tail wide open. So picture you standing in front of the door, ready to kick it open and just run right through. In that, you need to be aware not to have your fingers in too many pies. If there's something that you want to do or go after, you need to have clear direction drawn. I also just heard boundaries, so make sure you're sticking to your boundaries or drawing boundaries as well. That can get us in trouble sometimes, So yeah, even your first card, your situation card here, it's like standing at the beginning of the desert, and I'm not trying to say you're ill prepared, but it's like you're ready to move forward. There's still that little bit of hesitancy, but you also don't have all your ducks kind of in a row. With it being a 3, there needs to be communication about your wants, your needs, your desires. This could be like trying to move on a spiritual path. I'm drawn to the white oxen in the photo of my card, and for me, that's a very sort of spiritual thing. I don't know if it's an oxen or a buffalo, but either way, there's a need for you to prepare. It seems like there's a lot of changes and new things going on as well, and you're just wanting to flourish. And I know everybody wants to flourish or whatever to an extent, but this seems like it has been really on your mind lately, wanting to flourish and how you get there and how do you get this point in life where kind of like things are finally going your way. The card in your do position suggests that, number one, I'm not telling you to be hasty about anything, but it is a certain amount of like you have sat and been patient and waited and waited and waited, and now is your time to shit or get off the pot at beginning things and starting to sort of move forward. There's also a need, because my sort of forewarned with this card is try your very, very best not to compartmentalize your emotions. Because there's water on the card and she's going from one to the other to the other to the other. That tells me you're shifting your emotions around, compartmentalizing them instead of actually sort of dealing with them. Your card in the don't position suggests that it's really time to think about yourself, show yourself some self-love instead of giving all your time, energy, resources away in that kind of way. So that growth, that looking inside, but I don't give a shit if you sit down with a piece of paper and you write little things. I love myself. I love this about myself, whatever. But it's like identify and be aware of trying to grow that self-love. Your advice card here is pretty much basically talking about sort of shifting your perception in a way. Now, Pentacles gets a bad rap because people automatically assume it's all about finances or money when it's not. It's about us. It corresponds with the element of earth. We are of earth. We're on the earth, all that good shit. But it's also our time, our resources, our energy. In that, there needs to be sort of a blossoming of ideas. It's almost like you've been offered some kind of blessing out of nowhere, but it also feels like you don't necessarily see it as a blessing just yet. But there's also this need for you to sit and blossom ideas, the birth of new ideas. I'm way over time, so I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I don't think you're mine, but yeah. And the outcome card here speaks to you. I like it. I like it. Finally having sort of that influence over your passions. I also feel like there's something here work related. Either we've lost a job or we're changing jobs, but there's something about jobs or career that we're wanting to go further into. The outcome of it shows you, sitting pretty kind of thing. Again, because I'm nosy and that's just how I do, I pulled one more card. You do need to be mindful of being too generous with your time, your energy, your efforts. I'm going to go back to telling you to focus on you. It's a time of focusing on you. Try not to focus too much on what you may feel like you have lost, kind of thing. Because while you're over here focusing on what you've lost, you're missing, you can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see where you're actually winning. And then the shadow card was the star. So that's that hope, that faith, that trust. For some reason, I also want to talk about don't giving in to your doubts, fears, and illusions. The moon didn't drop at all, but I keep being shown it. So try not to get into that state of anxiety and fear and let it rule you, okay, Shug? All right, I hope that was helpful and healing. Thank you.